Well, good evening, boys and girls of the tubes. Tonight we're going to discuss a topic that is not what most might consider a strong suit for me. This is a topic that would be better suited to somebody like Canadian Prepper, who is actually trained in psychology. We're also going to be discussing this topic. We're going to talk about boredom in survival situations and how to deal with that. Give me a minute and we'll get right into this topic. Our topic as I was saying, is boredom and psychology. When you have people who are living in a survival situation, such as the situation I'm in currently, where you've gone to living in a 1700s type scenario. Because believe me, when you're living out here in the woods, day in, day out, with little or no cash money to spend on entertainment, boredom becomes a huge problem. Especially when you have an IQ that is in the high end range. For a lot of people who have the lower IQs, how do I want to put this? I'm trying not to offend anybody, but let's be clear. The average person's IQ is in the 120 to 140-ish range. And boredom is less of a problem for most folks than it is for people with IQs in the high 170s to 200 range. Because when you have the higher end IQ, it takes stronger and more psychological stimulation to stave off boredom than it does when you're in the lower end IQ range. And please do not misunderstand what I'm trying to say here. I'm not suggesting that anyone with an IQ of 100 to 140 is of low intellect. I'm saying lower IQ range. There's a difference. Because when I say lower IQ range, 100 to 140, I'm simply saying their IQ is not that of genius level. It's a lower IQ range. And it takes, how do I want to put this? With somebody with an average IQ, a game of solitaire is a lot more diverting than someone with a genius level IQ. And when you're talking about trying to stave off boredom, this time of year, I mean right now we're talking 8 bells, and I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs, listening to music and dreading starting up another game of solitaire. You have to plan ahead for this kind of thing. Because let's just put it this way. I've gotten to the point where opening up my solitaire game again, it chafes because it's so boring anymore. I beat it every single time. I'm defeating solitaire on my cell phone in about 90 seconds because I've played it so many times, and there are only so many permutations, and it just gets boring after a while. So this is the point I'm trying to make, is psychologically, you have to plan ahead. I mean, I always loved solitaire until I was in this situation and I'm playing solitaire. And so here's the thing. If you play solitaire at this time of day with a deck of cards, you have to be able to light what you're doing with electric light. If you're playing solitaire on a cell phone, well, you got the backlight of the battery, and it don't take as much to play the game. And that's fine for most folk. But it don't work for people with higher IQ. It gets extremely boring. So what I'm going to tell you is you need to plan ahead. This needs to be part of your preps. This needs to be part of your bug-out bag preparation. You need to take into consideration your IQ level and just how much stimulation you, as a person, require. Mental stimulation you, as a person, will require based on your IQ level. And you need to make sure you have something along that you can use to do that with. Now, fortunately, I prepared for this, but I'm just saying, solitaire just don't get it done for me. And the situation I'm in at the moment, like I said, I was trying to plan for it. I actually expected it coming along. I foresaw my wife pulling these stunts and so on. The thing was, I was off on the timing. I figured I had another year to 18 months before I'd be in this position. And if I had another year to 18 months, I wouldn't be in this position, because I would have already had things set up where I was ready to go. Oh, well, so instead I have to divert and go down a different channel and do things a little differently. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll do it that way. And this is what I'm telling you. You need to have options. You need to plan for the unexpected. This is why I get such a laugh out of that TV show, Doomsday Preppers, where they stand up in front of the camera and say, I'm preparing for an EMP, or I'm preparing. You don't prepare for one item. You prepare for shit to hit the fan, no matter what color that shit happens to be. And hope you prepared well enough for all colors of shit. Pardon my French, but that's the way it is. And that's why I look at that TV show and I think, what idiots. Because that's what they are. To prepare for one eventuality is an idiot. Now, of all of them, I got to be honest, the biggest foolish bunch I ever saw was that guy and his clan up on the hill building a castle. Though he and his group did try and take into planning for psychological stimulation. I just never saw that they were doing a very good job of it. So, well, like I said, I'm probably not doing as good a job of this as someone like a Canadian prepper would do, but then I'm not a psychologist by trade. And I would invite Canadian Prepper to weigh in on this topic. If somebody wants to bring this video to his attention. And CP, I invite you to try doing what I'm doing. I've been living by myself without any form of diversion. I have no cable, no television, nothing. What I have out here in the woods with me, I have my laptop. I have the cell phone that I'm recording this on. And that's it for electronics. The cell phone has just one game on it, solitaire. The vehicle I'm in, if I run my laptop for more than a half hour, I have to go and beg for a jump start because the vehicle is a piece of crap. And the battery won't hold a charge long enough to let me use the computer. So that means basically I've got the cell phone with one video game, solitaire on it. So CP, I invite you to try doing what I'm doing and then use your psychological chops and enumerate on it. Come walk a mile in my moccasins. That's what I've got for the moment, boys and girls. So from here at Camp Smithy, 8 bells, midnight. Peace out.
By the way, don't forget to